Having a look at the schedule for Group A. Earlier in the day, Spain dispatched of Belarus. And as I said, the final game this evening that will conclude all of the action from Group A is here in Ljubljana as Slovenia take on Montenegro. There's a look at the group. Spain, 5 wins, 0 losses. Slovenia and Montenegro sit on the same record, whilst Belarus are already mathematically out of the competition. So we know who's going to move forward. It's going to be Spain, Slovenia and Montenegro, but as I said, every result counts in their qualification process. So we also know who they'll meet in the next round. They'll move forward to combine with 3 teams from Group B, and that will be Ukraine, Latvia and Turkey. They'll play those 3 teams home and away in 3 further qualification windows, which will take place in September, November and February. And then the results of phase 1 and 2 will be combined, and then it will be the top 3 teams from that 6-team group that will get that treasured place at the World Cup finals in China next year. So plenty to play for, both teams sitting on the same record. Just for the kind of honour of it, the winner tonight will claim 2nd place within the group, whilst the losers will be consigned to 3rd place. The other game in the group is just entering the final stages now, in fact. Spain hold a commanding 20-point lead over Belarus, 62-42, with a little over 9 minutes left in that game. But here in Ljubljana, the visitors, Montenegro, are being introduced. They've had a strong qualification so far. They'll be pleased that they've already secured their spot in the next round. And the games they've lost were still competitive, though they've not been blown out. This will give them confidence heading into tonight's game and the next 3 qualification windows. They're an interesting proposition, as they have the best defense in the group, but annoyingly for them, they also have the worst offense. Defense will be their focus again, and that will provide them with an edge against teams that look to outscore the opposition. And even though they're already through, I'm sure they'll want to make a move tonight and pick up a huge win here in Ljubljana. And the noise starts to pick up here in the arena as Slovenia are introduced to the home crowd. Now, Slovenia obviously entered this qualification process riding pretty high after their first ever medal at a major FIBA tournament. Eurobasket 2017 gold is nothing to be forgotten in a hurry. It was a great way for Goran Dragic to bow out of international basketball, especially as the young hopeful Luka Doncic really broke through onto the world stage. Neither of those players may be present this evening, but my goodness me, there is plenty of talent within this Slovenian roster. A win tonight would help them on their way to making it the World Cup finals in China, and who knows, they may claim the back-to-back Eurobasket and world champions at the same time. It's a rare achievement and one that Slovenia would love to hold. But we're minutes away, and before we start tonight's game, we'll have the national anthems of both countries. First of all, the national anthem for Montenegro. A wonderful rendition of the Montenegrin anthem, and now for the national anthem of Slovenia. Stirring renditions there of both national anthems, and the coaches are first to head over and exchange gifts and hugs prior to the battle commencing on the hardwood. 40 minutes of action ahead of us here in Ljubljana. And both teams look to conclude their Phase 1 qualification in style. Our officials this evening here are Georgios Tosanidis, Lorenzo Baldini and Tanel Soslov from Greece, Italy and Estonia respectively. And the fans in the stands are ready to go. And they're looking forward to 40 minutes of action here. Both teams have made a big move forward in their plight to make it to the World Cup finals. Before we move forward with the game, it would be good to have a look at both rosters. Let's have a look at the players on floor. And for Montenegro, the duo of Ivanovic and Radovic have been ever present throughout all 5 qualification games so far. They'll be critical once again, but they'll need support from the rest of the roster. Here's your starting 5. Needham, Popovic, Radovic, Barovic and Ivanovic will complete the starting 5. And plenty of talent across the court in that starting 5 for Montenegro. And for Slovenia, that is one thing they certainly don't lack, is talent. The Slovenian roster is laden with talent that's experienced basketball at the highest level, both domestically and internationally, and plenty of Eurobasket gold medalists within this roster as well. And the combo of Blazic and Prepelic have been key. They've combined for pretty much 30 points per game. And then you throw in the impressive Chanchar. He scored just shy of 13 points per game, including 40% from the perimeter. It really does make the Slovenian roster look a real offensive threat. And their starting 5 will be Nikolic, Prepelic, Muric, Blazic and Dimec. My goodness me, that is a powerful starting 5 for Montenegro to have to face. In the return fixture of this game back in February in Montenegro, Slovenia came away 12-point winners. Montenegro 63, Slovenia 75. And if the form book was to say anything, I'd imagine it would say a similar result tonight, but you just never know. Montenegro have put in some sterling performances across this qualification campaign. They've run teams very, very close, only just missing out on picking up more wins. And an extra win for them before they head through to the second phase would be very, very welcomed indeed. Coach Mitrovic giving his final instructions to his team, and I'm sure he's made sure that they're prepared for tonight's game and that he must see a real opportunity to claim a big European basketball scalp tonight. It's there for the taking. Oh, his team capable of putting the performance in that's necessary. And at the other end of the floor, Coach Trifunovic knows how important a win tonight will be for their aspirations of making it to the World Cup finals in China next year. A loss really would, in his mind, I imagine, be a completely unacceptable result. And the Slovenians have always dealt well with that kind of pressure. It's something they've applied to a positive within their game. And I'm sure we'll see that again this evening. Not a capacity crowd here in the arena, but this is back-to-back games in Ljubljana for Slovenia. They obviously faced Spain earlier in the weekend, but here we go for the tip-off here in Ljubljana for the final game of Group A, and Montenegro take possession to start things off, and it's in the hands of Needham to start with, and off the foot of Muric, so it's still going to be a Montenegrin ball. As Blazic gets to know Ivanovic a little bit better. Radovic now looking to back down Muric, and it's knocked away. That's a good first start, and Radovic will be called for the foul as he tries to grab hold of Nikolic as he breaks away on the transition. That's great hands by Muric, and it's something you definitely get from Edo Muric. He may be a big man, he may step up and play above his size, but he's also got quick hands. Prepelic now to Blazic, to Dimec, Fluid ball movement here from Slovenia. Oh, beautiful pick and roll, and Dimec is inside. He's fouled. I think that's going to be on Radovic. That is two very quick fouls for Radovic. We're only 31 seconds into the game. Yep, he's still moving forward. As much as he puts his hands up in the air, it's his feet that are causing him the problems. That is the second foul on Radovic. They're leaving him on the floor. Quite a brave move by coach Mitrovic. And Dimec converts both of his free throws, and Slovenia break the seal nice and early and claim themselves 2 points. Needham now inbounds the ball to Ivanovic, who quickly passes it back. Needham really will control the tempo of the game for Montenegro, and Radovic sets the screen. Ivanovic now feeds the low post to Badovic. Badovic going to go up against Dimec inside, left-hand hook shot. A little bit light on that one. It comes back out now to Ivanovic. He's off left and no good for him, and Prepelic brings down the rebound. Slovenia have so many options on the offensive end. It's tough to decide who to over-defend and who to under-defend. Nikolic now inside to Dimec, but Needham's intercepted it. Out at the races, he comes to the left to Ivanovic, who slows it down and waits for his teammates to come up. It looks like Nikolic is not looking too comfortable after that collision. Needham now using the screen set by Badovic. Badovic to Radovic in the corner. Way too heavy with that one. It's a big rebound by Popovic, but it looks like a foul is going to be called on Blazic. And that will be a Montenegrin ball under the basket. We see the air ball shot there, and Alexa Popovic is in the right place at the right time to scoop up the loose ball and get fouled by Blazic. As expected, Radovic has gone to the bench after picking up 2 early fouls. Needham now goes to Ivanovic. Ivanovic inside, tries to feed it inside to Badovic, but it's knocked away by Slovenia. It's still going to be a Montenegrin ball, but there are only 4.2 seconds left on the shot clock. Badovic working hard to steal it away, and he's managed to at least keep possession for Montenegro, but they're going to have to turn a shot round pretty quickly now. Needham to Ivanovic. Ivanovic kicks it back outside to the top. It's no good for the 3, and Blazic comes away with it. Hands it off to Nikolic. Nikolic tries to power his way past Needham, and that looks like that's going to be an interesting battle this evening. Needham against Nikolic. Similar stature players, slightly undersized, but both incredibly strong in the upper body, and the battle's there. He's already got a cut under his eye, Nikolic. My goodness me. Looks like he's already done 3 rounds rather than 2 minutes of basketball. Nikolic now with the ball at the top. Oh, great change of direction against Needham, and he's going to draw the foul, I think, from Alexa Popovic. Nikolic is one of the replacements, really, for Goran Dragic. I'm not sure you can really use the word replacement for Dragic. I think he is almost irreplaceable, but the 23-year-old guard who plies his trade for Paris Levallois in the top league in France, was part of the Eurobasket winning team last year. Averaged 3.5 points per game and had a huge experience, but as you can see there, he's picked up quite a hit already. So he's had to step out, and Montenegro will introduce Sahovic as well as Jurisic. As Needham goes to the bench as well, and it really does look like the corner of a boxing ring rather than a basketball court. Nikolic wasn't even able to take his 3 throws because of the blood, and Rebic stepped in to take them instead. Missed the first but made the second. Slovenia up to 3 points now. Montenegro still to score, and we're over 2 minutes into the game. Popovic now goes inside. That's a strong move by Jurisic. That's a way to announce your arrival in the game. Muric now. To Rebic. To Muric. Muric fakes the 3. Oh, beautiful work, but he's met by the double team. He didn't see Barovic coming across, and Popovic now will get the easy two, and Montenegro, from not scoring anything, have taken the lead within 20 seconds. And they do have that threat, they do have the ability. They might not have the household names and necessarily the superstars in their roster, but my goodness me, they can get the job done. Inside to Dimec. Beautiful spin move, but the pass was the key. That's what opened up the lane, and Prepelic with some vision. Ivanovic now. The ball goes inside to Barovic. Can he get it to go? He can't. Good defense by Dimec. Blazic is going to be fouled by Popovic. I think that might be the second foul on Alexa Popovic as well. Not first foul on him. That's in the bonus already, though, for Montenegro. Slovenia only picked up one team foul so far, but Montenegro already in the team foul situation, so Slovenia will now go to the line for every foul. And Blazic makes them pay so far. And then a big game against Montenegro on the reverse of this fixture back in February. 14 points, 5 boards and 3 assists for the 28-year-old guard. And he's already started well here. 2 points personal for him. Ivanovic now being harassed by Rebic. Ball is skipped for a big jumper, and that's exactly what they needed from Jurisic. Nemanja Jurisic hits a big shot, and that's his first 3 of the qualifiers. Ties the game up. Prepelic now looking for cuts, no one there though. Good defense by Montenegro. Hedging on that screen is causing problems. Prepelic has stepped out of bounds. It's going to be a Montenegro ball. That's great defensive footwork there by Filip Barovic. And Prepelic has been absolutely key for Slovenia so far in the qualifiers, averaging over 15 points a game. Played all 5 qualifying games and will complete the 6th tonight. Oh, easy pass for Barovic, but unfortunately for them, Ivanovic can't make the easy layup. Popovic now uses the Barovic screen and pulls up. He's fouled in the act of shooting, though. Dimec is going to be called for the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Second team foul of the quarter for Slovenia, but Popovic was in the act of shooting. That's absolutely a foul. Popovic will go to the line for 2 shots. He's averaging 75% from the line, Alexa Popovic. The veteran forward only made his senior debut at Euro Basket 2013, so he's been in the senior system for about 5 years now on the international circuit, and the boxer that is Nikolic comes back into the game looking more like an extra from Rocky than a basketball player. But they make them tough here in Slovenia. Blazic now. Back to Muric, to Prepelic. Prepelic looking to drive to the basket. Bit of confusion between him and Muric, though, and Muric gets in the way of the drive. Prepelic isn't too happy. Nice throw, a terrible pass cross court, and it goes out of bounds. It's a bit of a shaky start so far for Slovenia. Almost halfway through this first quarter, and they've really not found any form so far on either end of the floor, and Montenegro hold a 2-point lead. And that's another foul for Slovenia as Nikolic picks up his first. And Chanchar will check into the game for the first time, and the 21-year-old really has made an impact here in the World Cup qualifiers. He's averaging 12.8 points per game, shooting over 40% from the perimeter, and he's in the defensive action straight away. And he's unable to stop Jurisic, who really has come in and made an impact off the bench. He's up to 7 points personal already. Blazic now trying to shake his man and find some space. Nothing there yet, but he fades away, and it's maybe a bit too much of a fadeaway. Heavily off balance and couldn't really convert from there. Barovic now goes back to Ivanovic. And that goes inside to Jurisic. He's going to square up against Chanchar and see if he can take him to school yet again. And Jurisic does. Oh, he's heating up, and Slovenia have seen enough. They're going to call a timeout as Jurisic takes his tally to 9, but more importantly, he takes Montenegro out to a 6-point lead. They've restricted to Slovenia to just 7 points. And we talked about this before the game started. They do have the best defense in the group, keeping teams to an average of 73.8 points per game. Let's jump into the Slovenia huddle and listen how they're going to sort things out.
Gremo zdaj naslednji napad, glej. Šarlot, ampak na tak način. Ti mu greš blokado dol. Ok, Blaži, trojki. Greš v handoff z njim. Hop, hop. Ko dobiš handoff, ti si tukaj, lej. Ti si tukaj, enka je tukaj, križka žogo. Štirka, dobro blokado.
Napravi ovdje blokadu, Aleksa. Blokadu kao fintu ti preko dva blokuju.
Ajmo.
Ništa.
Slovenia working hard there to put some changes in place, and wow, what can you say about that picture of that fan? There's definitely some dedicated fans here in Slovenia, and none more so this evening than Gaspar Vidmar, who's on the sidelines watching on and no doubt cheering on. Luka Doncic was on the sidelines in the Spain game earlier in the week. They really are full heart, pride and passion for basketball here in Slovenia, but at the moment they trail by 6 and they'll want to correct that pretty quickly. Nikolic now drives inside, gives it up to Dimets, who pulls the trigger on the jumper, and there's a battle under the boards, and Barovic will scoop up the rebound for Montenegro. Ivanovic now. Oh, that's a long, long three, and he gets it to go. It goes from good to better for Montenegro as Sahovic drains the triple. That's his first field goal of the game, and what a way to do it. Dimets now to Prepelic. He wants to answer quickly, but can't, and Barovic pulls the rebound down. Slovenia are looking a bit punch-drunk. They're on the ropes at the moment as Montenegro put them to the sword. Barovic trying to roll to the basket. And Ivanovic can't quite find him as the defense rotates round too hard, and Dimets picks up his second foul. Slovenia now in the team foul situation for the quarter, so Montenegro will go to the line on the next foul. Zagarac comes into the game for Dimets. Dimets goes to the bench with 2 fouls. Not a bad replacement though, Zagarac, plenty of experience. Ivanovic now. Jurisic is wide open for him, and he obliges with a one-handed jam. Slovenia are all over the place on the defensive end, and Zagarac tries to chase him back. No rotation on the weak side for the help, and Jurisic picks up his easiest 2 points of the game. Prepelic now to Chanchar. Chanchar drives in, steps back. A little short on that one, and clips the front of the ring and bounces away. Ivanovic now. Back out to Bielica, and that's going to be a blocking foul called on Nikolic, and he really has been in the wars so far. That last basket from Jurisic takes him to 11 points, and yeah, no real complaints from Nikolic there. He's nowhere near stationary. And Slovenia will make another change as Lepornik comes into the game, and Blazic goes to the bench. Rupnik will also come in for Nikolic. Wholesale changes here for Slovenia. A very different looking rotation than we're used to for the Slovenians. Bielica back at the line for his second. Can he convert this one? Yes, he can, and the Montenegrin lead extends even further. 12-point lead now for Montenegro. I'm not sure many people would have expected such a big lead so early on for them. Rupnik now turns the corner, gives it to Zagorac. Zagorac for the long two. A beautiful shot by the big man, and Slovenia needed that. Ivanovic being guarded by Rupnik. Bielica sets the screen as Ivanovic goes inside. Bielica with a big rebound, and Zagorac is called for the foul. It's going to be an and one play for Bielica. My goodness me. You just have to look at the faces of the Slovenian players. I don't think they can believe what's going on so far here in Ljubljana. This is supposed to be a fortress of an arena for the Slovenians, and there's the rebound, and there's Zagorac with his hand around the side of Bielica, and that will send him to the line for the chance to extend this lead further. And he does. Up to a 13-point lead with a little under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter in Ljubljana, and Slovenia slow out of the blocks whilst Montenegro have absolutely raced out. Rupnik with a clever play as he draws a foul from Needham. That's going to get Rupnik to the line for 2 shots. I'm going to put a curse on him now. He's yet to miss a 3-throw in qualification. Pretty much means he's going to miss both now, right? Didn't play in the 2017 Eurobasket, but was part of their roster for Eurobasket 2011 and Eurobasket 2015. Thank goodness for that. Rupnik connects with both 3 throws. I wouldn't have been welcome back in Ljubljana if he hadn't. And for Slovenia's sake, they hope that is the start of some momentum for them. Needham now looks to go inside to Jurasic. Jurasic almost loses the handle. He's double teamed and waiting for the call. I'm not sure what the officials have called yet. I'm sure we'll see now. Well, Zagorac has got his hands on, as has Cancar, so either that or it's just straight out of bounds. Bielica now moves it to Sahovic. He can't get it to go, and Rupnik has made an impression since coming on as he pulls down the rebound. Ball crosses over Needham there beautifully, but can't capitalise on the space. Zagorac now hands off to Prepelic. Prepelic for 3. Oh, that's exactly what Klemen Prepelic can do, and that's exactly what Slovenia need him to do. First points of the game for Prepelic, and we're all pretty much 9 minutes in. Good defense by Montenegro for me to be able to say that. Shocking defense by Slovenia yet again, and Bielica gets himself an easy 2. The interior defense from Slovenia is almost non-existent so far this evening. Lepornik now to Cancar. Cancar now hands it off to Prepelic. He's short this time, and Needham pulls down the rebound. Popovic. And back to Needham. Needham trying to find some space against Cancar, and it goes to the corner to Jurasic. He can't make it happen now, and we're into the final 5 seconds of the first quarter, and Pornic can't make it happen either. Can Needham hit the half court? No, he can't. Off to the left with that one, but what a 10 minutes of basketball we've had here in Ljubljana. 14 to Slovenia, 24 to Montenegro. Jurasic is the man of the moment for Montenegro. He's on 11 points in a little over 8.5 minutes of action. We'll be back for the second quarter shortly. Welcome back to Ljubljana for the second quarter between Slovenia and Montenegro. And as you can see there, Slovenia really struggled in that first quarter. They've only got 14. Montenegro ploughed out to 24. Montenegro found easy interior points whilst forcing Slovenia to take some tough shots. Now remember, this is the final game of Group A in the first phase of qualification in the European zone for the 2019 FIBA World Cup. Spain have confirmed that they will go through top of the group. They have 6 wins and 0 losses to their names, and that really does get a big toe at least on the plane to China for the World Cup finals next year. Slovenia and Montenegro at the moment sit on identical records, 2 wins, 3 losses. So the winner tonight will claim second place in the group. The loser will drop to third, and already eliminated were Spain's opponents this evening, Belarus. They finish off with a 1-win, 5-loss record. But back here in Ljubljana, we are ready for another 10 minutes of basketball, and I'm sure that Slovenia will have had a few words from coach Trifunovic, and they'll be ringing in their ears, and they'll want to come out strong for the second quarter. Inbounds it to Rupnik. Lepornic now back to Prepelic, tries to pass it inside to Zagrats, but it's deflected away. Shot clock down to 10. Pick and roll with Zagrats and Prepelic now. Quick ball movement. It's stolen away though, and they're out at the races. An easy 2 points for Ivanovic, and this is exactly what Montenegro did in the first quarter. Oh, beautiful hesitation dribble there. Wonderful move there by Luka Rupnik. Just waited for the defense to move and capitalized when they all moved out. You can see here, it was Jurisic abandoned his ring protection duties, and that opened the lane up for Rupnik to capitalize, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots. And this is the first of his 2 free throws. That's his first miss at the line in these qualifiers. And hits the second. That takes him to 3 points. He's only averaging 4.2 points per game in these qualifiers, so already well on the way to beat that as Slovenia drop into a 1-2-2 zone press. Popovic now with the ball for Montenegro. Drives to the basket and is fouled by Rupnik. That's Rupnik's first foul, and first foul of the quarter for Slovenia as well. Ivanovic now at the top. Loses Jurisic, but hands it off to Popovic, and another easy 2. And it'd be interesting to look at the shot chart. I'm pretty sure that it would be peppered with crosses right around the ring. Within a foot of the ring seems to be where Montenegro score most of their points here. Prepelic now back to Zagrats, open for the 3. Oh, nails the 3, Zagrats. And this is what Slovenia do. They seem down and out, but they always seem to find the open shot to spark some life back into the team. Zagrats applies it in this instance. Ivanovic now floats inside off the glass. Ivanovic with the tough play. He'll go to the line for the bonus. And Montenegro continue to apply the pressure here in Ljubljana. Such a strong move. Rupnik in no place to apply any defensive pressure. It was only ever going to foul him, and it does come down to the old adage, foul, foul hard. Can't really give the guy a chance to score off the back of that. Prepelic will take a seat on the bench, and Jaka Blazic comes back in. No joy at the free-throw line, but the rebound is there for the big man. And Jurisic gets himself 2. I don't think Montenegro could have painted a picture much prettier than this for themselves before the game. Cancar now. Rupnik to Zagorac for another 3. He's too heavy with that one, and the ball just pings off the back of the iron into the hands of Montenegro. Jurisic now. Wide open for the jumper, and they make them pay. What another big shot. Bielica hits the triple. He's up to 9 points as well. Slovenia's defense is completely non-existent. No rotation on the weak side. No one stepping out to help, and Bielica punishes them as hard as he possibly can with a triple from the corner. Timeout has been called, and understandably so. Slovenia 18, Montenegro 35. Let's jump into the Slovenia huddle.
Ej, odigra zid. Pej blažo sem. Petka že sem v zid. Hop, pas, šterka je kle. Tukaj si še Mura, ti si tukaj. Greš not in narediš njemu blokado. Ti se odpre.
Pomogni pa, ako nas dobije ovaj đavo, Zagorac je. Ne, pusti Zagorca.
As much as turnovers have been a problem for Slovenia and Montenegro have made them pay, it's really just the sloppy defense from Slovenia, and it's unusual. They're usually a very disciplined outfit, giving very, very little space up. But this evening so far, Montenegro have been handed acres of space wherever they wanted it. You have to give credit to Montenegro, though. They've worked their offense well to create that space. What can Slovenia do? Cancar now with the ball. Looking to back his way to the basket. He kicks it out, and Rupnik will launch a long 3 and drain a long 3. That's from downtown. Ivanovic now. Jurisic is open, but Dimets quickly closes the gap. Jurisic looking to blast his way past Dimets, and he does so with ease. That isn't where Dimets wants to be. He doesn't want to be out on the perimeter, having to guard. And in the transition, Blazic is fouled hard. He's looking for the unsportsmanlike, but no chance of him getting that. Both Montenegrin players are playing for the ball. There's plenty of Montenegrins around them on the defensive end, so it's no chance he's going to get an unsportsmanlike call there. But he does get himself to the line for 2. Connects with the first. Blazic has had a storming qualification so far, averaging 15.6 points per game, 4.2 boards, 3 assists, and shooting an impressive 86% from the line. Can't connect with the second, though. And, the lead is still 15 points for Montenegro. Ivanovic. Up against Cancar. He's definitely got the foot speed on him, and pulls the trigger on the 3. Oh, Popovic flying through for the rebound. And it comes back out to Ivanovic with 8 seconds left on their new shot clock. Jurisic flashes to the basket, looking for some options. Nothing there. They're going to have to take the shot. It's in the hands of Popovic for 3. In and out on the 3. And it's come off the hands of Jurisic, so it's going to be a Slovenian ball on the baseline. In and out, and as you can see, Popovic working so hard to grab that rebound. Rupnik hands it to Prepelic, who hands it on to Blazic, and Slovenia still patient on the offensive end, even if things aren't going their way. Almost stolen away. Long 3 again, and Rupnik has turned up to try and drag his team out of this slump. He's up to 9 points personal now, leading them in scoring. Jurisic now fakes a 3. Dimets again way out of his comfort zone, and Slovenia are going to have to change this up and change it up pretty quickly. If I was Coach Trifanovic, I'd be tempted to see if we can switch into a zone, just see how it disrupts the Montenegrin offense, because at the moment they are getting whatever they want, wherever they want, and the Slovenians can't afford that to continue. particularly as Dimets has picked up his third foul. Jurisic can't connect with the first. Plays his game for Bonn in the domestic league in Germany. Played in the Basketball Champions League this season, averaged 10 boards and 7 rebounds a game. So he's used to the high pressure stakes of international basketball on a club level, and he's certainly performing well this evening here in Ljubljana. Dimets will head to the bench on 3 fouls, and he really was being run ragged by Jurisic there. Rupnik now brings it up for Slovenia, hands it off to Prepelic, to Blazic. Again, they're running a weave at the top. Prepelic trying to find a seam to go down, and he has to work so hard to draw the foul. I'm not sure why he's complaining at the official. He got the foul called. Tried to go for the reverse layup, but couldn't get it to stick, so he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Popovic is called for the foul. That will send Popovic to the bench. In fact, it will send everyone to the bench because we're going to have a timeout now, and both teams want to talk things over and make some changes in the final stages of this first half. Let's listen in to Coach Mitrovic on the Montenegrin bench.
Prenesi loptu neko, znači prvo da stanemo u dobar press break. Znači dobro tu, 4-5, budi ti ovdje ako pritisimo da će oni pritiskat sve, tira sve. Znači press break, ulazimo u rogove, one dolje. Znači ode pas na džuk na tebe, otvori se lijepo, ti odmah kata je dolje, okej? Ono iz rogova, 4-5.
Pazi, ker tukaj menjajo, pazi, ker menjajo.
U napadu tebe Bilice krije. Varle, ti postavaš fle, ti potvele, Mura, ti postaviš, ja, tukaj, ti postavaš fle. Vita sta pa tukaj, ajde.
Still calm voices in both huddles there. Coach Trivanovic just making sure he gets a few instructions across to his team, and they can capitalise in the final 5 or so minutes here in Ljubljana of the second quarter. They trail by 13 after a very impressive performance from Montenegro so far. Jurisic really leading the way. He's on 16 points. He shot 7 from 9 from the field in a little under 12.5 minutes. And Prepelic is now at the line. He misses the first, but drains the second. And that pretty much sums up Slovenia. They've been okay, but not great. And defensively, they've struggled. And they have gone into a zone press, as expected. Moving to a zone just to try and dislodge and disrupt Montenegro's flow. Murdic there knocking it out of bounds, so it's going to be a Montenegro ball. Sahovic will inbound the ball from the side for Montenegro. Into Jurisic. He's going to take a turn at Murdic now, and it's kicked out to Bielica. He can't get the 3 to drop, and Murdic will grab the rebound, and that is a better matchup for Slovenia. Murdic is much more mobile and will be able to guard Jurisic better, but it's not happened on the backcourt this time as Sahovic steals the ball. Will they take the 3? No, they'll slow it down. Surely they'll take the 3 now, and they do. It's not the best looking 3 in the world, but they come away with another offensive rebound, and it is this tenacity of Montenegro that has gained them this lead. 5 left on the shot clock. Ivanovic drives inside, pulls up short and drains the mid-range too. They've been absolutely clinical this evening. Montenegro on fine form. Chanchar now for 3. Rattles around the ring and it's spat back out again. Jurisic will hand it off to Ivanovic. Back to Jurisic, who's been in fine form. And a foul is going to be called an offensive foul. Bielica, I think, is called for the foul. Let's just have a wait and see. He was trying to establish himself in the paint. Let's have a look, and the arms of Chanchar and Bielica are intertwined. They're locked. That's a tough call on either player, really. It's kind of a foul by both of them and not a foul by either of them. but it's actually been given on Cancar. Cancar's been called for the foul. Fourth team foul for Slovenia in the quarter, so any fouls will send Montenegro to the line, but Ivanovic will shoot the three instead, and Prepelic just leaps out of his shoes to catch that rebound. Blazic behind the back, inside, tough move. No good, and Jurisic with the rebound for Montenegro. Bielica has a mismatch with Prepelic. They're going to have to help across, and Cancar does. Inside now to Jurisic. He almost leaves without the ball. He does, and Blazic is out in a 3-on-1 break. In the corner for three, and that's a huge shot by Rupnik. Ice running through his veins, not to go to the basket on the break, but to step out and drain the three. He's leading Slovenia, and he's the first player to double digits. 3 from 3 from the field, up to 12 points. And the lead is cut down to 11 points now for Montenegro. Popovic trying to shake Cancar, find some space, and the offensive foul is going to be called. And Popovic makes it reasonably easy for the officials. A slight dip of the shoulder, and you are inviting the officials to see it now. Yeah, draws the contact. A good call by the officials. Cancar was retreating, and it was Popovic who made the contact, and you can see the reaction there of Coach Mitrovic. He's not impressed by the officials' call, although it is the right decision. And he's received a technical foul for his demonstrations, and that really isn't going to help his team's cause. It's moments like that as a player, you just kind of think to your coach, please just sit down, don't compound the errors that we've made. And Prepelic makes them pay. He hits from the free-throw line. Into the game comes Pavlicevic, and he's in for the first time. Prepelic now to Rupnik. 10-point lead for Montenegro as we enter the final 3.5 minutes of the second quarter. Cancar to Rupnik. Rupnik trying to battle his way to the basket. Oh, what beautiful vision by Rupnik. Prepelic can't convert, but it's great vision by Rupnik to find him. Muric with the ball. He's going to have to take the jumper. Oh, that is a big shot by Edo Muric. Fading away with the shot clock running down, and he nails the jumper. It's plays like that that will fight Slovenia back into this game. Look, fumbled and fumbled. He manages to just get control of the ball and launch it before the buzzer runs. Gets his team a valuable 2 points, and you can see what that's done for the noise levels here in the arena. And the timeout has been called. Let's jump into Coach Mitrovic's huddle.
Ajmo znači da priđu, iskontrolišu u bonusu su. Ako ti priđe, uđu u faul. Napašće tebe, napravi faul, uđu da penala, 100%. Ali gledaj, Nikola na loptu. Pavlika, dobra bloka za Đuk.
Zip, Blažo. To drug napad, Zip. Ker Blažo gor dobi žogo. Blažo, čakaj toliko časa, da ne prli čist. Štirka sam, enka pa v korner, pa napada.
Really is a crucial moment of the game right now. A little over 3 minutes to play. An 8-point lead for Montenegro, and as you can see by the bouncing crowd here in Ljubljana, you can feel that Slovenia are on the up. They are starting to gather pace, and a Slovenian basketball team gathering pace is a scary thought for anyone. Montenegro, however, have played phenomenally well so far this evening. Ivanovic now. To Radovic back to Ivanovic. They run a Horns offense for him. Inside to Radovic. What will Radovic do? He'll come back out to Bielica, who will throw it away, and the tide is turning here in Ljubljana. And Slovenia maximise the benefit from this turning tide, though. Rupnik now for Slovenia into Murdic. He's got position, he's going to battle his way down. Pulls up for another jumper. A little bit too much weight on that one, much to the relief of the Montenegrins. Ball now goes into Bielica and he's going to work his way down. Offensive foul is going to be called, and it's almost a stock move now for the big man. You're allowed that one bounce. If the defender's going to take a stand on the second bounce and fall over when you hit him, look, you're allowed that bounce. Officials will give you that, but the second one, you're never going to get away with. The only thing I would say is Muric had a bit of a hand check there on the hip, and technically that is a foul. The official should call that. He can't be guarding the low post with the palm of his hand. It has to be on the armbar. Rupnik now to Chanchar. To Blazic. Blazic founds a lane. Chanchar for three. Oh, that would have got the arena on their feet. Blazic for three. Oh, that will get the arena on their feet. Let's see what the call is, though. I think the three is good, but there's been a foul called under the basket. Not sure which way it's gone. As Blazic nails the triple from outside. Fair bit of contact under the basket. Let's have a look if we can see it. No, the camera angle's not giving us any favours on that one, but the foul has apparently been called on Klemen Prepelic. He's having a conversation with the officials to clarify the situation. He's certainly a man that isn't short of confidence, Klemen Prepelic. But the first free throw is missed. Pavlosevic at the line for the second and connects with the second, and Montenegro's lead is back out to 6, but it's an awful lot smaller than it was a few minutes ago. Slovenia have pulled them back. Rupnik with the shake to lose his man. Nothing there, goes inside to Muric. Is Muric going to work some magic inside? Yes, he is, Edo Muric. A critical part of this comeback is Muric's work. And then the lead was just 4. Ivanovic for 3. Oh, he banks it off the glass. I'm pretty sure I didn't hear him call it, so I imagine that is a lucky shot for Ivanovic. Chanchar with a crossover and the lane opens up, and really no opportunity for Pavlosevic to get out the way, and he's going to get called for the foul. It's his first foul of the game, though, so no real worries for him. It's a beautiful crossover there by Chanchar, and the change of direction opened the lane up for him to attack, and Chanchar will go to the line for 2 shots. Believe it or not, Chanchar's played just shy of 14 minutes and yet to score a point. He'll be grateful to see the basketball go through the hoop for him there. 1:14 left in this first half. Slovenia trail by 5 now. And it could have been an awful lot worse as Montenegro really did put them to the sword earlier in the second quarter and extended a considerable lead. Ivanovic will want to open that lead up again. I'm not sure whether they'll be able to, but the foul has been called on Blazic, and he needs to be careful because he's just shoved the Montenegrin player away after the referee's blown his whistle. A wry smile on his face, but ill discipline is going to cost Slovenia if they're not careful. That foul is going to send Pavlosevic to the line again. Good for the first this time. Can he connect with the second? The veteran point guard does his job and converts both at the line, and the lead is back out to 7 for Montenegro as we enter the final minute of the second quarter. Prepelic now. Inside to Chanchar, wide open in the corner, Blazic! Too heavy though, and Montenegro will grab the rebound. Ivanovic with the ball for Montenegro. Balovic sets the screen. Pavlosevic pulls the trigger on a three. He's short on that one, and Prepelic will grab the ball with 30 seconds remaining. There's about 8 seconds differential shot clock and game clock. So Montenegro will get another opportunity. Prepelic now. One-on-one Pavlosevic for three. Oh, he's way off mark with that one, and Prepelic really hasn't found any form so far this evening. He's only got 5 points. 1 from 4 from the field. Ivanovic now. Pavlosevic comes up short, and I think that's all she wrote for the first half here in Ljubljana. But what a first half we've had. A very intriguing tale to tell here as we enter the locker rooms at the half-time break. Slovenia 39, Montenegro 46. And it could have been an awful lot worse for the home team as Montenegro opened up a considerable lead in that second quarter. And Slovenia looked all at sea on both ends of the floor, particularly defensively. They really didn't look like they had their defensive system working well. Some of the game stats for you there. Montenegro shooting 76% from 2-point range, whilst Slovenia living and dying by that three, 46% from the perimeter for them, and Montenegro winning the rebounding battle as well. And they're the two categories that really have dictated this lead for Montenegro. High percentage shots under the basket and grabbing rebounds at both ends. Montenegro will be reasonably content with a 7-point lead. They certainly would have accepted that before the game. If you'd offered it to them before the game that they'd be up by 7 at half-time break, I'm sure they would have taken it. But considering how far ahead they were at one point and how dominant they were at one point, it doesn't seem so big a lead now for them. It could have been so much more, and Coach Mitrovic will be more than aware of the lead that they've let slip, and they'll be putting plans in place to extend that lead back out now. But they have looked completely deadly on the offensive end, and they have limited what is usually a reasonably strong offense from Slovenia to 39 points here. And it really was that man Rupnik that made a huge, huge difference for Slovenia. He came on and took his team on his back. The only Slovenian player on 12 points. He's got 12 boards and 3 assists. Outside of that, you've got Blažić on 6 and Prepelic on 5, Zagarac on 5, but no one really stepping up to the plate to hit the big score. As for Montenegro, the man of the moment is Nemanja Đurasić, 16 points, 3 boards, 2 assists. He's at 70% from the field, and that's an impressive statistic for the big man. And Ivanovic has also contributed heavily. He's got 9 points and 4 assists. It really is that big man, little man punch. And Bielica has got himself 9 points and 3 boards as well. But it really is a team effort from Montenegro. And it will be in the second half if they are to come away with the win here in Ljubljana and shock the home crowd. For Slovenia, they have so much more to give. But can they squeeze it out tonight here on their home court? The fans in the arena will want it to happen, but at the half-time break, it's not quite ready yet for Slovenia. They trail 39-46 against Montenegro. And we'll leave you there at half-time with a few more highlights. But make sure you join us back for the second half. Slovenia 39, Montenegro 46. Welcome back to Ljubljana for the second half of this FIBA World Cup 2019 qualifier between Slovenia and Montenegro. Oh, we've had an interesting 20 minutes already. Slovenia 39, Montenegro 46. And it could have been an awful lot worse for the home team. Slovenia, they battled their way back in on the back of Luka Rupnik in the second quarter. He put 12 points up in only 11.5 minutes, and that really did save their skin a little bit and has brought them back into contention, because Montenegro were absolutely clinical in that first half on the back of Jurasic's 16 points, and the team overall shooting 77% from the field. They have put Slovenia to the sword, and home fans, young and old, will be hoping that Slovenia are able to put in a bigger performance in the second half, because every single win is so vital at this stage of qualification for both these teams. They've already advanced through to the second round of qualifying for the World Cup finals, where they will face against Ukraine, Latvia and Turkey. They'll play them both home and away in a 3-window structure. Window 1 is September, window 2 in November, and window 3 in February. But what you've got to remember is that every single result from this first phase will be carried forward to that second phase. So there are no nights off. There are no games that you can afford to lose. Every single one counts. And the fans in the crowd with the face paints on, including the Slovenian mustaches, will be willing their team on for the win today, and none more so than the Slovenian coach. Trifinovic will be working hard in the locker room and will be finishing off now to get his team ready for the second half and to make a bit of an advance on the Montenegrins.
I onda gledaj, na tom kratkom rolu kad odigraš, ovdje u sredinu. Ako nema, može uručenje, hand off with you and you continue with 1-1.
The Montenegrins will take an awful lot of confidence from their first half display. They'll look to build on that quickly in the second half, and it really was the combo of Jurasic and Bjelica being fed by Ivanovic that did the damage, and I'd imagine to see the same again in the second half. And they're first back on the floor to get the second half started. Slovenia a little bit battle-worn, battle-tired, but they're back on the floor ready to go, and that man's going to play an important part. Prepelic, as is Needham for Montenegro, and Montenegro will get things started here in the second half in Ljubljana, in the final game of Group A for the European Qualifiers for the FIBA 2019 World Cup. Bjelica threads a needle to Jurasic, and he manages just to bounce the ball in time, but the officials have called travel. He's saying it was stripped out of his hands when he went up, and it certainly wasn't. He jumped in the air and tried to bounce it while he was in the air. You can see the frustration in his coach's eyes. Rupnik now to Prepelic. Uses a screen set by Dimec. Dimec is already on 3 fouls, and that foul's going to get called there on Ivanovic, reaching in. Only his first foul and first team foul of the quarter for Montenegro. Canchar now to inbound to Prepelic. Dimec sets the screen and rolls hard to the basket. Good ball movement, Canchar open for 3. That's a beautiful start to the second half for Slovenia. Exactly what they would have wanted and exactly what the crowd wanted. Montenegro's lead is down to 4. Needham now for Montenegro, back to Ivanovic as Ivanovic sets him a screen, and Ivanovic pulls away for the jumper, nothing there, and the foul is going to be called on Jurasic, and you really do feel like momentum is starting to swing in favour of the home team, Slovenia. Let's watch the replay of that as Jurasic goes for it and really does just tangle up with Canchar. Blazic now inside to Dimets. Oh, he's established way down in the paint. You're not going to stop him that low. And then the lead was just 2 points now for Montenegro. Into Djuricic, he's going to try and back Canchar down and get his way to the basket. He needs to be careful. He could have been called for a hooking foul then. Instead, Slovenia steal it away and set up their own offense to potentially tie or even take the lead in the game here. Oh, and Canchar misses the wide open shot. Through the lane goes Barovic, and he's fouled on the second attempt by Rupnik. Canchar will be kicking himself because that was a wide open opportunity at the other end to tie the game, and that's forced Rupnik into picking up his third foul, and he has been so influential in this game. Let's look at him reach in here, and this is Canchar's missed opportunity. He's gone for the dunk and absolutely blown it, and you can imagine the frustration on the Slovenian bench when they witness that. Barovic doesn't make them pay, misses the first. Can get the second to go though. Lisa will come into the game as Barovic will go to the bench after those three throws, and making one from two has opened it up to a 3-point lead now for Montenegro. The noise level in the arena is starting to grow, and for any visiting team it's always a worrying sign. The storm approaching. Rupnik now. Ah, stripped away by Needham. That's quick hands. Floats inside, but it's good hands in the passing lane by Canchar. 3-on-1 bake to Prepelic. Gets a two in transition. And the ball game is down to just 1 point now. Needham tries to find cutting Ivanovic, and all he can do is throw it off the legs of Dimets and retain possession with 9 seconds left on the shot clock. It's a smart heads-up play by Ivanovic. He's falling out of bounds, and as much as Dimets tries to get out of the way, he's a reasonably big target to hit. Sahovic now to Bjelica, back to Ivanovic. We thought about the three, shot clock down to 4. He's going to have to put something up, step back 3. Oh my goodness, that's a huge shot by Ivanovic. He steps back and nails a clutch 3. Big shot from the corner by Rupnik. No joy for him, and there's a battle for the rebound. But Dimets can't quite win as he steps out of bounds. The two warriors, Dimets and Sahovic, appreciate each other's efforts in that fight. Let's watch it again. How far out was Dimets? Yeah, I think it was more the fact that he didn't establish himself back in the court after being out of bounds on the baseline. Ivanovic now to Bjelica. Bjelica to Sahovic. Back to Needham. Good movement here. It's Needham for 3. Oh, he's up short on that one. That would have been a big shot and opened the lead back out to 7 if he'd made it, but it stays at 4. Blazic now. Prepelic for 3. He's off with that attempt, and both these teams looking to open the game up with perimeter shooting, and so far it's not happened. Bjelica now in the low post. Oh, beautiful footwork, and Canchar throws him to the floor. But Bjelica there with great footwork along the baseline. It's the catch and pivot. The way he opens his body up, it just really does just open the baseline up for him to attack, and Canchar's left with no option there. And he does the right thing. He fouls him hard, but not too hard. The Montenegrin bench thinks maybe it was a little too hard and that it should have been an unsportsmanlike, but I think it was just the right side of a hard foul, and that's Canchar's second foul, and Bjelica's back at the line. That free throw takes Bjelica to double digits. plays for Zaragoza in Spanish top league, Real Elitsa. Played his senior debut at Eurobasket 2011. He's actually born in Serbia, but chose to represent Montenegro. Prepelic now trying to weave his way to the basket. It's a tough move, and he's not going to get the luck of the drop. Dimets, though, with the hustle. And that's the kind of scraps that Dimets is happy to feed on. And look at the joy in the crowd that kind of work rate inspires. Needham for three. Oh, in and out. That looked like it was going. We have a three-point ball game, and Slovenia are slowly but surely creeping their way back into this one. Unfortunately, steps out of bounds, and it's going to be a Montenegrin ball on the sideline. Ivanovic now with the ball to Bielica. Bielica looking to drive past Cancar. Strong move. Can he get it to go? No, that's great defense by the two bigs for Slovenia. Prepelic. Oh, that's a nice fake, but he faked out his teammate as well. I think everyone in the arena thought Prepelic was going to pull up for the three there, but he didn't. Cancar now back to Nikolic for three. Off the back of the iron and out. Dimets picks up the scraps yet again. Cancar drives to the basket. Strong move. Too strong this time, though, and Bielica with the rebound for Montenegro. Long shot, comes up short this time. Pavlisivic not able to make that one count. Movic guarding Blazic. Very purposeful offense for Slovenia now. Nice change of direction by Blazic, and he's fouled by Pavlisivic, and that will send Blazic to the line for two shots if he can make both. It's going to be a one-point ball game with a little over 4 minutes to play in the third. Tantalising encounter here in Ljubljana. On the figure of Muric back into the game as Cancar goes to the bench. Blazic, part of that Mora Bank Andorra, and it was actually his birthday yesterday, so it'd be a nice late birthday present if Slovenia were able to pick up a win here this evening. Can't get the second to go either. A brace of misses there from Blazic. It's a rare occasion. And the foul is going to be called on Nikolic. Nikolic has basketball running through his blood. His father, David, was assistant coach of the Slovenian national team between 2004 and 2006, so could have been born and raised through the program and knows what it takes. But what a move there by Jurisic. Such confidence in that little baby hook on the left hand, and rightfully so. He takes himself up to 18 points, and he has a perfect record from the field, 7 from 7. Really putting a shift in. Prepelic for three, though. That was always going to be difficult. Prepelic forcing it slightly. He wants to try and get himself in a rhythm, but he's only 2 from 8 from the field. It's not been his night so far. Jurisic against Dimets, and a travel's going to be called. Much to the relief of Dimets, he's been terrorised by Jurisic on the perimeter so far this evening. Yeah, good calls by the official there on the travel. Nikolic now. Off the foot of Ivanovic, so it's going to be 15 seconds still on the shot clock with 3:26 left in the third quarter. And you go on, you can see it Bouncing off the foot of Ivanovic before it goes out. Dimec now. Prepelic, surely he's going to shoot that. No, he doesn't shoot this time. Drives inside to the crowd. Can't get it to go, and you can see and hear his frustration on the courtside microphones. I'm pretty glad I don't speak Slovenian. I'm not sure it would have been the most sanitary of language there. He's very frustrated with his own performance this evening. He's put himself in the right position, just not been able to get the final touches that he needed. Great example there. He's been absolutely hammered on his way through, though. He could have called a foul on almost the entire Montenegrin roster on the floor. Brace of made 3 throws brings it down to a 3-point ball game in favour of Montenegro. As Prepelic takes a seat on the bench for a well-earned break, and Lepornik comes back into the action. Ivanovic now calls for the screen, and it's set by Jurisic, and Montenegro. Oh my goodness, that's some quick hands. Wow, that is some rapid handle from Ivanovic. A quick crossover creates space for him to hit a 3. No one saw that coming. He's up to 15 points personal, and the lead's back out to 6. Murdic for 3. Off left with that one, and Slovenia's shooting still leaving a fair bit to be desired. Wide open, and he's quite a way off left. Looked like it came off the back of Lepornik's leg, but I think it's going to be a Slovenian ball. And it's dropped into Nikolic. And Murdic looks to get open and does so in the short corner, drives inside, skips it to the other side to Lepornik, who drains a 3. And that's exactly the kind of impact you want one of your bench players to have. Often difficult to come off the bench cold and make an immediate impact, but Lepornik does there. Jurisic fakes a 3, drives inside, pulls up for the long 2. He's short on that one, and Murdic pulls the rebound down. Lepornik hands it off to Blažić. Blažić now looking to get inside. Draws contact, fades away, and the ball just won't drop for him. Big shot from outside comes up short for Pavlasivic, but Montenegro recycle the offensive rebound to Ivanovic at the top. Jurisic zips it inside to Pavlasivic. He doesn't want it there, and the shot clock's going to run out on them. A lack of a heads-up play there by Pavlasivic, and Coach Mitrovic is going to make a change, and Pavlasivic is going to go to the bench as Alexa Popovic comes back in. Popovic had a pretty bright start to the game. It slowed down for him, but it does seem to cause Slovenia issues on the offensive end. Lepornik now drives inside. Beautiful pass inside to Murdic. Can't quite hold on to it, but it's out to Nikolic. No joy, and Slovenia crashed the boards hard, but the rebound falls into the hands of Bielica. He wants to go to work in the low post against Murdic, and Nikolic is tempted to come down for the double team, and he should have done, because Bielica fades away with a little one-footed jumper. The lead creeps back up to 5 as we enter the final minute of the third quarter here in Ljubljana, in what has been a very interesting contest between Slovenia and Montenegro. Blažić has it knocked away into the hands of Murdic. Reverse lay-in, can't get it to go, and it's those simple mistakes that Slovenia have made throughout this game and has meant they trail by 5 at the moment. 17-second differential between game clock and shot clock as Bielica looks to go to work again. Another one-footed fadeaway jumper. And this time the result is not the same, as the ball bounces off the iron, and Slovenia will slow it down and look to take the final shot of this third quarter potentially bringing it to within 2. Blažić fakes a 3, Čančar for 3. Oh, what a way to end the third quarter for Slovenia. Čančar with the 3 at the top, and it's down to just 2 points. 10 minutes to play, and on the back of that 3 from Čančar, we have a 2-point ball game. Slovenia 56, Montenegro 58, and Čančar has taken himself up to 8 points personal. 10 minutes left here in the final group stage of phase 1. Plenty more action ahead of us, so make sure you don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Ljubljana for this final Group A Phase 1 qualifier in the European zone for the 2019 FIBA World Cup. There's your shooting statistics. Still an impressive performance from Montenegro, 63% from 2. But Slovenia have slowly but surely creeped, edged and fought their way back into this game. With 10 minutes left to play, they only trail by 2 points. And they're in a prime position to push on and claim the win in front of their home fans. It's been an all-round team performance to get them back in. You do have to give a special mention, though, to Luka Rupnik. He's up to 12 points and really did spark some of the better moments of Slovenian basketball. For Montenegro, there's 3 standouts. Bjelica's got himself 12 points with 7 boards. Đurđić is 18 points and 4 rebounds. And Ivanovic is on 15 points and 4 assists. It's that trio that's caused the damage against Slovenia, and it's that trio you have a feeling that are going to be needed to take Montenegro to the win. Final 10 minutes underway here in Ljubljana, as Lapornik has it at the top. Behind the back, trying to shake off Popovic. Can't manage to do that. Blažić now looking to fight his way past Sahovic, and it's going to be an early foul in the final quarter on Sahovic. Played in the Euro Cup this year, averaged 5.5 points and 2.9 rebounds, Sahovic. A veteran guard who's got experience on the international realm, and Blažić puts the 3 up, but no joy in his first attempt to the final quarter. And it's going to be a cagey affair. You get a feeling this one could absolutely go down to the wire, and you wouldn't rule out overtime potentially. Ivanovic now trying to feed Đurđić in the low post. Muric is called for his first foul as he battles in the paint with Đurđić. Oh, it's a beautiful pass to Popovic. Let's have a look what the call is. I think Lapornik's going to be called for it, and that's going to be an and 1 play for Popovic by the look of it. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, absolutely. What a quick, smart play by Montenegro. And their lead is out to 5. Heads up play by Montenegro on the inbounds. Blažić now with the ball at the top. To Lapornik. Čančar comes across and sets a screen. Ooh. Bjelica's lucky not to have a foul called, and Čančar goes to work in the low post against Đurđić. Turns him one way and turns him back the other. Gets the little right hand baby hook to drop. He's up to double digits scoring now. Đurđić against Muric, a lovely battle in the low post this is. Oh, Muric wins that round. Nikolić out of the races, misses the lay-in, and Blažić is going to be furious with Nikolić. He was wide open and should have given him the ball, but didn't. And you saw the look there from Blažić across to Nikolić. If looks could kill. Ivanovic now Got the mismatch he wanted with Chanchar. Is he going to cross and pull up for the three? No. He's going to try and get inside. Comes back out to Jurisic for the long three. Oh, he's way off target with that one, and Chanchar comes back the other way, takes a contact from Popovic, drives inside and misses everything. A little bit too much focus on drawing contact there for Chanchar, I think. 8 minutes to play, Montenegro up by 3. Foul is going to be called on Blazic as Jurisic tries to barge his way to the basket. Yeah, catch Jaka Blazic on the back foot there. This is the move by Nikolic, and Blazic was wide open. If you saw the look from Blazic, it would have probably cut you in half after this play. And here's the following move by Chanchar. Similar result. No points for Slovenia. Popovic now going up against Prepelic, who's just come back in, and Prepelic gambles, and the gamble didn't pay off as Popovic takes himself to double digits, 11 points, and he's perfect from the field, 4 from 4. Backdoor pass to Blazic. Oh, and he misses as well. This is an absolute error-ridden start to the final quarter here from Slovenia. They're getting in the right spots, but it's almost like there's a force field over the ring and stopping it from dropping. And you see the reactions of coach and player alike. They can't believe what they're seeing at the moment. Sahovic, oh, he hits a three! Ice cold from Sahovic. And the lead is out to 8 with a little over 7 minutes to play. Prepelic now for Slovenia. Battles his way inside, comes up short, and Bielica pulls the rebound down for Montenegro. Are they on the verge of a historic win here in Ljubljana? Montenegro finished 13th in Eurobasket just a few months ago. Slovenia finished first. Popovic from range! No joy this time though, but a foul's going to be called, and it's against Slovenia. As I think it's Jurisic is left holding his jaw. Muric is going to be called for the foul. Let's have a look what happens here. Steps across him. Oh, to be fair, I think Jurisic is lucky not to have a foul called against him. He seemed to be initiating an awful lot of that contact. Jurisic now. Bielica fighting for position. Jurisic puts the three up and nails the three. Oh, Montenegro are on cloud 9 right now. That's the lead to double digits. 58 Slovenia, 69 Montenegro, and they're playing like champions here in Ljubljana, and the crowd is silenced. Slovenia call a timeout. They need to stop the rot and stop it immediately. Otherwise, they are going to be upset on their home floor. Let's jump into the timeout with Coach Trevinovic.
Orange twist, s tem, da boš ti Čane drugi v stadionju. Ti moraš videti prvo žogo, Čane tudi je prvo žogo. Jasno, dobi Čane žog, ne, pardon, Mura mora biti prvo žogo, ja? Mura, ti moraš biti žogo. Pa imamo pa tako, Čane, ti si zdaj 5 kao. 4.
Alo, sljedeći napad, Aleksa na lopti, igramo 4 regular, 4 ajmo.
Montenegro seem to find another gear when they need one. And my goodness, they have found a gear in this final quarter. Those young Slovenian, I imagine they're part of the development program in Slovenia, all kitted up. They didn't come here this evening expecting to see what they're seeing in front of them, and that is an 11-point lead for Montenegro with 6:40 left on the game clock. How deep can Slovenia dig? It's been a long qualification process already. Do they have the gas in the tank to turn this one over? Rupnik back into the game to Chanchar. Fakes a three, drives inside, and he's going to pick up the foul. I think it'll be on Bielica. No, it's been called on Jurisic. That's his second foul. Montenegro aren't in the team foul situation yet, though, so it's only going to be a baseline ball for Slovenia. Unless they say it's in the act. Oh, no, they've given it in the act, so it will be free throws for Cancar. It's the first. Can't get the second to go, though, and Montenegro scoop it up, and that knowing shake of the head from the Slovenian fan, I think, tells you a story. This isn't the Slovenia they know and love. This is a different team on the floor at the moment. Popovic shaking Blažić all over the place and gets the two. Just kept turning Blažić until he saw the lane open up. And it's back out now to a 12-point lead. Prepelic, Cancar for three. Can he narrow it? No, he can't. And there's that man Popovic again. He's all over the hardwood at the moment. Needham to Popovic, and Bielica sets the screen and looks for the ball back. He takes the three. Oh, he's too heavy this time, though. Rupnik now, he's fouled by Needham, and it's a smart foul by Derek Needham. American-born, but has a dual citizenship in Montenegro. He had a big game against Slovenia in the reverse fixture in February. He scored 12 points and also picked up 7 assists. And it's a big three from Rupnik, and he hits it again! He is the exception to the rule this evening with regards to Slovenia's performance. Luka Rupnik has turned up to play, and he is keeping them in the game. 15 points personal for him. 4 from 5 from the field, and he's stolen it away. Muric now out on the break to Dimes, to Cancar. Soft right hand, too soft, gets the rebound, too heavy. Cancar is not having a night to remember here. He's 3 from 13 from the field. Popovic now. What can he do? Bielica sets the screen and rolls on the mismatch. They're going to take the three from the corner, and they're going to hit the three from the corner. There is pure shock in the arena. Sahovic now up to 9 points. And the lead is at 12 for Montenegro. Backdoor pass to Rupnik. A little bit late, so he didn't have an open look. Rupnik for three. He's short this time, and the ball springs out to Jurisic, and Montenegro, rightfully so, will slow things down. Part of the game for them is going to be time management now as the clock ticks down to 4 minutes on this fourth quarter. Needham blast to the basket, and he's fouled by Rupnik. Just pure speed and athleticism there by Derek Needham. Oh, that's a worrying sign for Slovenia, the fourth foul on Luka Rupnik. He's been so important in every comeback that they've staged here tonight in Ljubljana. Now he's on 4 fouls, he'll have to nurse it. But a timeout has been called, and we'll jump into the huddles to take a closer look at what both teams have got planned.
Ma hrabro na koš, je imate že treba pucat. Pesti, za može si rekel, če kaj drugega. Za može jaz povedal, če kaj drugega. Pest, če bomo videli, da gremo pa in Šarlot pa sredinski rol iskat njega. Kao i vidno se.
Gledajte Milka u sredinu. Vas, a?
Mali faul.
Ja, spremamo se za predsjednik. Spremajte se za predsjednik. I poslije, gledaj, play this poor offense. Doesn't matter who is on the ball, but use the screen down.
Both teams shooting the ball well from the perimeter. The difference is Montenegro have executed well at the basket and Slovenia haven't. There's Cancar missing an easy right-hand teardrop, and there's Cancar missing an even easier layup off the glass, and that has been the tale of this evening. Montenegro have forced open shots close to the basket and made them, and Slovenia have squandered their easy scoring opportunities. Oh, Needham gets the luck of the roll on that one. He's back at the line for the second. And drops the second as well. Everything going the way of Montenegro at the moment. 14-point lead. Prepelic now. Oh, it's knocked away by Popovic. Oh, he can't keep it in bounds. The hustle level on Montenegro this evening has been off the chart. They've chased down every possible passing lane that they can, and Popovic is absolutely the epitome of that there. Just waiting to see what's been called. I presume a technical foul has been called on Slovenia. I imagine that was on Prepelic by the looks of it. The official was looking at Prepelic when he called it. We're not sure where that's come from, but it's still a 14-point lead for Montenegro, and they take possession. Ivanovic now. For three. Oh, he's way off the mark with that one. Just to confirm, that was a technical foul on Klemen Prepelic. Blažić for three! They needed that one to drop. Oh, what a great follow by Dimec, though. He gets the two. He's up to double digits, 10 points for Dimec. And the level of defense picks up from Jaka Blažić. You can only knock it out of bounds, though. Blažić here missing the three, but Dimec reading the rebound well, and a nice soft touch to get the two back. And the timeout has been called again here in the arena, this time by Montenegro. They want to talk things over, so let's head to the huddle to hear exactly what they've got to say.
You stay short, tebe pazi Mulić, jel? Ti igraj gore, znači you stay corner, you play against Jaković. Znači ti odigrajte ovaj, gdje je out, ovaj je out, jel? Dok je do kraja ovo napadi. Ajmo ovako, gledaj. Znači otvaramo, ide pas. Znači gledaj, otvori out normalno. Znači regular.
Pa igraj košarku, drugi strana nimamo. Gremo noter, obrambi ćete ovo zdvojenja. Gremo drugač pa noter, zabijaj, sam pas igramo, ajde. Ajde.
A surprisingly calm timeout there for Slovenia. They really are on the ropes right now. 3:26 left on the game clock. They trail by 12 to Montenegro in the fortress in Ljubljana. And Popovic will take back to the court and will inbound it. A crucial phase of play now for both teams. Every win counts in their qualification for the World Cup. And Slovenia really can't afford to leave the arena with a loss this evening. Popovic for the long two. In and out, and Blažić goes up strong for the rebound. Prepelic for three. And he's off left. Popovic with the rebound. Blažić fights for it and forces Popovic to knock it out of bounds. Prepelic can't get it to go, but look at Blažić not giving up on it, and it's off the hand of Popovic, so it's going to be a Slovenian ball. 12-point lead, 2:51 to play. Muric, Prepelic. Oh, there's the three from Prepelic. That's what they've been looking for. The foul has been called. Prepelic needs to be careful. He may be on 12 points, but he's also picking up the fouls now as well. Yeah, easy call for the officials. Prepelic getting a little bit overexcited on the defensive end. Third foul on Prepelic. Slovenia already in the team foul situation, so Sahovic will go to the line for two. Sorry, it's not Sahovic, it's Ivanovic. Back at the line for the second. And clutch when it's needed most. He converts both, and the lead's back out to 11. Chanchar fakes the three, drives inside, finds Prepelic, catch and shoot, no, pass to Blažić. He has to pass it back out again, and it's these kind of mistakes that have cost Slovenia time after time this evening. They really have looked disjointed at times on both ends of the floor. Their rotation on the defensive end hasn't been strong, and their understanding on the offensive end hasn't been there either. And at the moment, they're slipping to what would be a big loss. Bielica grabs the inbound and is fouled by Prepelic. Prepelic's fourth foul now. Send Bielica to the line for 2 shots. As Luka Rupnik comes back in for Dimec, and can Rupnik do it again? He's sparked several comebacks already for Slovenia here tonight, but can he do it one more time, and can he do it bigger than he's done before? Because at the moment they're down by 11 with Bielica at the line for 2 more. And it's now out to 12, and there's under 2.5 minutes to play. Oh, and he connects with both. That's really ice throwing through the veins of Milko Bielica. Prepelic now to Blazic. Blazic comes around the double screen, and we're waiting for the call. The foul is going to be called on Popovic. He's picked up his 4th as well. I'm not sure the fouls are going to play a big part of it here. Blazic picks his way through, but it's stripped away by Ivanovic, and he has to pick it up. He hands it off to Jurisic. Oh, what a block by Jančar, not in his house. Beautiful time defense by Jančar, and Jurisic is sent packing. Ivanovic is fouled by Muric, and that will send him to the line, and this is exactly what Montenegro will want. 3rd foul on Muric. They'll be pleading with Slovenia. Send us to the line. Give us the opportunity to keep chipping and adding to the lead. Here's the block by Jančar. What timing as he slaps it off the backboard. Won't be surprised to see a molten imprint on that glass. Ivanovic scores the 1st. And the 2nd, moves himself up to 19 points personal. More importantly for them, extends the lead to 15 points. Rupnik now. What's he got in his magic case? Rupnik inside, floats, but it's knocked away. Jančar with the pick-up rebound and gets the 2. He's up to 13 points, but an inefficient 13 points, only 2 from 9 from the field. He's missed some very easy shots, and Muric there trying to secure a charging foul against Jurisic, but no joy, much to the disappointment of the crowd here in the arena. Ivanovic now. Oh, beautiful little shake inside to Jurisic. He can't hold on to his shot clock, down to 3. Catch and shoot, Bielica. Oh, Bielica, are you kidding me? That is antifreeze running through his veins. He's up to 17 points, and no surprise, there's smiles onto the Montenegrin faces. Prepelic for 3. Oh, he's going to claw it back. Prepelic drops the triple. Are we going to have a minute shootout here in Ljubljana? It feels that way. Jurisic to Ivanovic, and Prepelic looking for an offensive foul, but nothing given. Popovic now out to Sahovic for 3. In and out. Popovic won't give up on it though, and Prepelic has to throw it off Popovic to save the possession. Surely this is too far for Slovenia now, though. They've left it a little too late to come back into this one. A 13-point lead for Montenegro, and 48 seconds to do something about it. I'm not sure even Slovenia can do that. Jančar now fakes a 3, drives inside, delivers the dunk, but it's not going to be enough. Montenegro advancing over the half, and it's in the hands of Sahovic to Popovic. And I think that's all she wrote here in Ljubljana. Jurisic for 3. In and out this time, and Jančar grabs the rebound. My goodness, I'm not sure anyone picked this to be the result here in Ljubljana today. Rupnik's hit the deck after catching an arm from a Montenegrin player. Ivanovic now drives inside, he's fouled, and one for Jurdicic. He'll go to the line for the bonus shot, and Slovenia have just been dealt the knockout blow here in Ljubljana. This is not the way that the crowd that had come today wanted to see Slovenia finish the first phase of qualification. It's going to mean they finish third in the group. Spain will be top with a perfect 6-0 record. Montenegro will be second with a 3-win, 3-loss record. Slovenia dropped to third with a 2-win, 4-loss record. And that's not going to be very helpful as they enter the second phase of qualification. They'll take that record with them. It really does put pressure on them when they go through to the next round, where they'll take on Ukraine, Latvia and Turkey. They'll have to pick up a huge number of wins in those 6 games, but here in Ljubljana, the final buzzer has gone, and Slovenia have lost this one. Slovenia 74, Montenegro 87. What a performance by Montenegro. They were absolutely clinical throughout the game, and they are deserved winners here this evening. A huge performance from Nemanja Jurdicic, 23 points, 5 boards, 3 assists and a steal to his name. Bjelica, 17 points, 11 rebounds. He's got his double-double. Ivanovic, 19 points, 6 assists. Popovic, 13 points, 7 boards. Zahovic, 9 points, 8 boards. You look across their starting 5, and they have put up some big numbers. Absolutely clinical shooting, 63% from 2, 31% from 3. They have put Slovenia to the sword here in Ljubljana. For Slovenia, there are 4 standout performances, but none big enough. Cancar, 15 points and 8 rebounds. Klemen Prepelic had a bit of a turbulent evening, 15 points, 7 boards, 4 assists. Rupnik had a big night, 15 points, 2 boards and 3 assists. And Dimets picked up the garbage, picked himself up 10 points as well with 3 boards, an assist, a steal and 2 blocks. But as you look at the stats there, Montenegro dominated the boards, and they were efficient in their scoring percentages, and that's given them an impressive 13-point win here in Ljubljana. And now Montenegro will be looking forward to the second phase of qualification, and they'll enter that with a spring in their step. The game leaders there, Jurdicic with 23 points. Bjelica completes his double-double with 11 rebounds. Rupnik's got 15 points for Slovenia. He really was one of the bright sparks, the few bright sparks, and Prepelic there, 4 turnovers. He really didn't have the night you'd expect from him. Klemen Prepelic is a warrior for Slovenia, a consistent presence throughout these qualifiers. Tonight, he just really didn't find his rhythm, and you have to give credit to Montenegro for that. They really did apply pressure on him. He did get 15 points, but they weren't an easy 15 points, and they certainly weren't an efficient 15 points. And that has been the difference this evening. The efficiency of the 2 teams is vastly different. Montenegro come away with a 13-point win. Although Slovenia do move forward to the second phase of qualifying, and their mascot there, Lipko, who was a favourite with the fans during Eurobasket 2013, he'll be disappointed as well, no doubt. They do move forward to the second phase of qualification, but it's a difficult one now for them to qualify. They'll have to pick up quite a few wins in their 6 games against Ukraine, 2 against Ukraine, 2 against Latvia and 2 against Turkey, the first of which will start in September, the second window November, and the third window in February next year. Realistically, they probably need to win, I can imagine, 4 of those 6 games to stand a chance of qualifying for the World Cup finals in China next year. And that's got to be the hope of the current Eurobasket champions. But on performances this evening, they won't make it through to the finals. They'll need to find a few more gears to go into if they are to book their flights to China. For Montenegro, it's a bright night and it's a potentially bright future. It would be a historic night. Sorry, it'd be a historic moment for them if they were to make it to the World Cup finals. Montenegro have never made it that far. They've appeared in 5 Eurobaskets and they were 13th last year. Their head coach, Mitrovic, is really doing a great job in plotting a course to the finals for his team. And he's had key players like Jurisic and Bielica and Ivanovic contributing heavily this evening. And he'll lean on them again, no doubt, in the following 3 qualification windows. But do they have enough to topple the likes of Ukraine, Latvia and Turkey? Only time will tell, but here in Ljubljana, we've been treated to a clinical performance from Montenegro. And they leave with the win in their kit bag. Slovenia 74, Montenegro 87. Another great World Cup qualifier for you. Plenty more to come over the following 3 qualification windows. I hope you've enjoyed it here with me, Mark Mills. And that's all we have for you here in Ljubljana.